What up, y'all? It's your boy Jay, and we back with another video. I don't want to waste too much time talking. Basically, we're gonna be doing a quick Mustang GT500 spoiler install, and it's gonna be on our 2021 Mustang GT. I want to get y'all started on what you're gonna need for this install. You'll see there's 2 holes in the middle, 4 holes on each side, so that's a total of 10 screws. That's gonna come with any of your spoilers. I've read some people didn't get any 3M tape or any sort of preset indicators that helps you kind of line up the spoiler, which is kind of crazy because I got this one on eBay for $100. So it helps a lot looking into what you're buying. It's kind of cold out here, so I have to pull the car back in a little bit just so I don't have that wind blowing everything all over the place. We're gonna start off with the drill. Definitely gonna need a drill. Gonna need some drill bits to get into that trunk. We're gonna have to make the holes from scratch. Aside from the drill bits, you're definitely gonna need some step drill bits. These will help you drill the holes a little wider. Depending on where y'all buy the spoiler from, we got ours from eBay. We'll drop the link in the description below. Before that, you'll need a center point. It'll basically just help you make an indent and help you just start off your drilling. So after that, you're definitely gonna need some trim remover tools. As you can see, mine are a bit beat up. So you're definitely gonna need these to get the trunk liner off. As y'all can see, we already got ours off. You're gonna need that to help you take the clips off each individual hole. Definitely make sure you take your time and you're patient. I definitely recommend using some painter's tape. I'll show y'all how we use this to set the spoiler up. Aside from that, you're definitely gonna need some sort of measuring tape. A ruler works as well. You're gonna need that to just line your spoiler up on the trunk. Definitely gonna need some thread sealant to make sure these don't unscrew and that spoiler doesn't fly off on you when you're doing 100 on the highway. And you're definitely gonna need some touch-up paint. This is just gonna help you basically touch the paint up once you start drilling the holes, because you're not gonna want all that exposed metal to rust. So this will help you avoid rusting. You're definitely gonna need a screwdriver. Definitely recommend getting some sort of screwdriver with a magnet on it. But you're gonna need some sort of magnet, because once you get into that trunk, you have those holes made and you start screwing in, you don't want any of those screws to fall into your trunk, because then you're gonna have to take this whole thing apart to get those screws out, and you don't want to have to do that. So aside from that, to kind of get this going quick, you're basically gonna start off by presetting the holes with this center point in this corner. Then you're gonna move on to the right side and do this right side corner. All you have to do is press down on it. The more you press down, the more it will indent that metal for you. I'm gonna use those step drill bits to open this up a little more. I'm going to show y'all now. So we're going to use the 1/4 step drill bit just to open those holes up a little wider. Just to kind of point to y'all exactly what I'm referring to. It's this hole that I started to drill in. I'm bringing it up to about 3/8, just because you want that hole wide enough where you don't drop the screw. Now we're going to do the same thing for the other side. Now that I have the drill holes presetted, what I'm gonna do is grab your spoiler. You're gonna line it up as center as possible. Once I feel that I have it exactly where I need it, just use a strip of painter's tape and line it up where the spoiler ends. It's a 1/4 inch from the end of the spoiler to the end of the trunk, and a 1/4 inch on the left side. So from there, you can do the same thing where it ends vertically to the end of the trunk. So to kind of just show you, you're gonna slip this painter's tape right under the spoiler. So just to show y'all how it's gonna look. This is where the spoiler ends. Obviously, tape doesn't stretch the way you want it to, but it's gonna be basically damn near perfect. You can do the same thing for the left side. Now what you're gonna do is just put a strip of painter's tape right in the middle. Make sure. I'm gonna do the same thing for the sides. I'm gonna line it up with the edge. One more, which is the right side. There you go. From there, these templates are going to go under the spoiler to hold it down to the trunk. As you can see, there is ridges on the edge on both ends. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at that. It's about 1/4 inch from the edge of the spoiler to the beginning of the template. Use that same 1/4 inch. Just line it up. Now what we're going to do, we're going to tape the template down to the trunk. Now you don't need too much because you don't want to rip the template. Put that here. So again, you need the gaps in between the template to the trunk. It's because these ridges are there. We got that side done. Now we're gonna move on to the next side. Grab a strip of painter's tape. Tape it down. Put the spoiler on, make sure this is gonna sit where we need it to. Now you're gonna grab your templates and you're gonna make sure they line up with where you need them to be. Now what you're gonna do, you're gonna grab your center point and you're gonna just use this to mark every preset hole that you're gonna be drilling into. So all you have to do is just press it down. It's 1 down. That's 2. I'm gonna move on to the right. Now, once you feel that you've presetted them enough, just to show y'all. Yes, I know it looks crazy, but it'll all be worth it at the end. Once you got that going, all you're gonna do is grab your drill, a couple of drill bits, and you're gonna start to drill these holes into the trunk. So let's get started. Alright, now that you feel like you got those 2 down, we're gonna look. Y'all can see it sits right through the middle. And then come around here, but y'all can see it's gonna sit right there. But at least we know we'll be able to get those in. So, let's set y'all back up. So now we got these 2 left, we're just gonna get these done. And now that we got all that done, just refine the holes that you drilled with the 1/8 step drill bit. Just to kind of give y'all a inside of how it's gonna look. Now that we have the holes drilled in, I'm not gonna use this one because we can't get to that one. We don't want to force it. Just so y'all can see, that's the first one. That's the second one. Then you got the middle one. Same here. You got the middle one. You got the one down there. But for the most part, we didn't do too bad. Now what we're gonna do, we're just gonna take the templates off. We're gonna take all the painter's tape off. We're gonna clean it up with a wipe, some rubbing alcohol. Make sure this thing sits nice and smooth before we start applying anything and doing anything else. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get right to that. Now you want to take all these pieces of tape off. You want this surface to be as smooth and clean as possible. Just casually go over and pick up metal debris. As you do that, you'll see the paper just pick it up for you. But yeah, just a prime example of being careful. As you can see, now I got the paint chipping. You're not gonna see that once you put that on. Same thing here. You can see I was using a center point to initially mark where I was gonna drill, then realize I needed to be lower. So, then we got everything wiped down. We're gonna let it dry, and hopefully once we come back, we can get the spoiler on nice and easy. So, stick around for that. And if y'all have any recommendations, any ideas, please drop them in the comments below. We're definitely open to whatever videos y'all want to see. So yeah, with that being said, we'll be back. And go ahead and grab your template and just gently press it down right over your screw holes. Once you put it down, it will stick. Now that you got the template down, you're gonna move on. I'm gonna grab the middle template, peel it a little bit on the edge to get it to come off. But ours is pretty easy, so we're not struggling too much. So once you come back and you look and you make sure it's bone dry, make sure there's no dirt, make sure it's as clean as it can be. You're gonna go and grab your spoiler. You're gonna gently set it over the 3M template. You wanna make sure you come underneath the spoiler and you look at where the screw holes are and you line them up as close as you can to where you drilled your holes into the trunk. You're gonna grab some painter's tape. What you're gonna do is just grab 1 strip of painter's tape and put it on the front end of your spoiler. Come back on the right end, do the same thing here. We're gonna start off with the middle 2 screws that go in the center of the spoiler. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna gently lift the trunk up. You wanna hold on to the top of the spoiler so it doesn't roll down and fall, and so it doesn't move from where you have it taped on. So we're gonna start off by hand tightening the center screws. So once you find that hole, just tighten it with your hand as much as you can. Once you get to the point where you can't tighten it anymore, it's fine. Just to show y'all how those 2 are gonna look. We got 1 and you get 2. So I recommend you get a screwdriver with a magnet on it. It's just gonna help you a lot more trying to get that screw into that hole. You don't want it falling into that trunk. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna post y'all up so y'all can see. So I forgot to mention, you're definitely gonna need some thread sealant. This will help you keep the screws tightened onto that spoiler so that the spoiler doesn't go flying off on you when you're on the highway. So we're gonna throw some of this onto the screws, grab some of that sealant, just rub it into the threads. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna make sure we get this one right where we need to. Now grab your Phillips screwdriver so you get it till you feel like you got a nice snug fit on it. You can leave it there. First one and second one screwed in. Now we'll move on to this one. Pull the trunk down because you need to have it at an angle so the screw doesn't fall in. We did the first one here. We got the second one. We're gonna try to get in there as well. This one's gonna be a bit tedious, so. Alright y'all, so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna put everything away. So just to show y'all the aftermath. But yeah, that's how it is installing a GT500 wing on our 2021 Mustang GT. Hopefully y'all enjoyed, hopefully y'all did like that install. We're gonna let y'all go. It's brick out here. I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to be out here any longer, so we're gonna let y'all go. Just to show y'all, hopefully y'all enjoyed. I appreciate y'all sticking around if y'all did. That being said, peace.